In this video, we're going to walk through how to import donor data using the import wizard into HYS sponsor. So I will do a quick recap of what a donor profile form looks like. So as we saw in our previous video, we were able to add some more fields such as the first name, address, last name, and full name of the donor. I will move the fields a little bit here and have them appear in this order, with donor ID being an auto increment ID and address. Something that we also noticed is that we are not able to add an email field on here, and this is because the email address is a system field similar to the username. So this is a system required field that's already required by HYS sponsor. So the next piece we're going to look at is we're going to go to the donors table, and we're going to see the field names here, the last name, the full name, first name, ID, username, all appearing in their various orders. All the fields are here. I also have the donor ID, email address, and the username showing up. There are multiple donor fields, and these are, system fields, but they're also the donor fields that we created. So after this, we're going to go to the next piece, which is importing the donor data. So as I had showed you previously, to be able to import the donor data, you would go to use import type as donor. You would select the program for which you want the data imported, in this case, child sponsorship. And at this point, you're also able to get a template of what your donor data would look like. So this template contains the fields that we had added. However, we would also need to add some of the system fields, such as email address and username. So I had already created this somewhere. Let me quickly show you where those are. They're right here, actually. Donor data is full name, address, email, and username. I'm going to save this as a CSV, and I'm going to save it in here inside demo videos, and it's going to be donor data. I'm going to replace the existing file that I had. So this was a process of just me preparing the data for input. And now for the input part, what we're going to do is that we're going to upload that file. So I guess the file is still being saved. I'll quickly check. I will close the file. Check the file to see if it's doing well. Yeah, it's looking good. And then I will try to upload the file again. All right. So uploading the file, I would hit next after selecting which file. And then the next piece is for matching the different data fields with the different fields that are in HYS sponsor with the columns that we're importing through our CSV file. So in my case, I would say that donor ID from HYS sponsor matches donor ID from the file. So whatever fields we're seeing here are from the file. So donor ID, then first name matches first name, last name matches last name, full name matches as well, address has a corresponding name, username is right here, then email also matches. So if you had password, this is something that you could have added. You could import passwords from a previous platform for your donors. However, they don't have to do that. So they can always, say they forgot password, or they could use a magic link while signing in. So the next piece as well, donor type, if you want it to be maybe an organization or an individual. However, the default will be an individual. Similarly here, if you don't provide a password, The password would be auto-generated and it will be emailed to the donor whenever they get the notifications. For the donor settings, I'm going to, you can say include payment gateway details, Stripe customer ID, or not. You can include household profile ID. So in this case, you'd be able to import different details about their household. However, we're not doing that in this video. You can send email to donor with their username and password right after the import. But yeah, that's where we're going to stop right now. So we're going to do a quick preview of the data. This is what the data looks like. And as you can see, this is the variable name for the donor field inside Help You Sponsor. And this is the name that's appearing on the CSV file that we imported. So everything looks good. The addresses look good. Donor name looks good. The next piece I'm going to do is select continue. I'm going to validate my data and see if, my data is valid or it has some issues that need to be fixed. All right. So it shows that my data is looking good. And the next bit is importing my data, which has been imported. So yay, that's amazing. So now I'm going to go to my donors to see if I have any donors. Remember, I had 0. All right, that's great. We now have 30 donors that have been created and Help You Sponsor through the bulk import functionality. So yeah, that's great. The next piece we'll look at is how to import sponsorships. One thing that we're also going to test out is what the data looks like when you export it. So when we hit export, this is what the data would look like. So we do have, you have to hit export all if you want to see all the details, otherwise it will only export donors for this particular page. This will be sent to your email address. But in the meantime, when I hit export, when I select all the users and I say export, I would have something like this. And as you can see, we have an ID that's auto-generated internally for all donors. This is a Help You Sponsor donor ID, but also we are able to have the donor ID that we imported manually. And so this would be helpful with, let's say, matching your previous donor ID to donors in Help You Sponsor. And it will be helpful for when you're maybe importing Stripe payments or sponsorship IDs and generally just something easier to work with. So this is what it would look like. And export all would send it to your email, which I'm not going to check. Yeah. That's it for this video. I hope it helps.